question was recently the city converted 12th Street cross section from 4 lanes to a 3-lane section with bike lanes on each side with a center turn lane, and she was happy that we did it. And are we doing the same thing to other arterials, and also I think how to control the driveway densities?
And then I think roundabouts was
the
another
roundabouts
question.
and traffic calming. Actually, we are glad that we converted 12th Street to a 3-lane section, but unfortunately, a lot of people in the neighborhood actually are kind of mad that we did that. So, yeah, it's surprising for me too. They were not happy that we converted their street to a 3-lane section. But they could not really tell us, what they're unhappy about. They think it is basically dangerous. But our studies before and after, the speed studies have shown that the average or the 85th percentile speeds have reduced by, I think, close to 10 miles per hour. So it has a traffic calming effect, and it has made it safer for the pedestrians also. Previously, you had 4 lanes to cross, and you didn't have any refuge in the middle. But now you have 3 lanes, and also if you get stuck, at least you can stand in the turning lane in the center. So, and also the speeds have reduced significantly. We are also looking at other streets. Right now we are looking at Markham between Kavanaugh and Capitol to convert that into a 3-lane section. It's still in the preliminary stage, so don't clap yet. Yeah, so we are trying to identify other streets to basically, like you said, calm the traffic and also make it safe for pedestrians. As far as the driveways are concerned, the older arterials before we had the master street plan, they had a lot of driveways. You see Rodney Parham, you see drive after drive after drive. Those were built, I don't know, Jim can probably tell, probably in the 70s. We didn't have any policy regarding driveway spacings. But right now, we do control all the, the spacings between driveways. Master street plan has very strict guidelines on how many drives or how much distance you need between drives. For example, on arterials, you cannot have more than 2 drives for every 750 feet. Each drive has to be spaced 300 feet apart. So, so we have the same, or we have similar guidelines for collectors, and residential streets do not have. Of course, everybody has to have a driveway to go to his house. But on the older arterials, if somebody wants to redevelop a property, we ask them to reduce the number of drives and share the drives. But for the existing drives, we cannot ask them to close the existing drives because of property law or property rights. So the third one was roundabouts. We do have. When I first started working here, I think I was part of the roundabout construction at 36th and Romine. After that, we have. I think we have been installing roundabouts. I would say at least we have 20 to 30 roundabouts in the city of Little Rock. So most of them are in West Little Rock. And the most recent one is at Rebsamen Park Road and Riverfront Drive. And we have our first 2-lane roundabout at Kirk Road and Wellington Hills. So we do encourage, even though I work for traffic engineering, or I'm in the signal business, I personally prefer roundabouts also. So we try to encourage roundabouts in place of signals. So, I would.
Yeah, just real quickly, if you guys want to add to that, because we're going to try and get some more questions before we get out of here.
Real quickly, we did a pedestrian and bicycle accident study for the metropolitan area, and without exception, the roadways with the highest pedestrian accident rate in the metropolitan area are all 5-lane state highways, 5-lane state highways that are urban arterials. And part of it is because of the huge distance of spacing, but from, say, pedestrian crossings. We just, the highway department's in the middle of a safety project on Cantrell Road right now, where they steadfastly refused to consider closing driveways for any access management and made no provision for pedestrian crossing. We met with the folks at Roadway Design last week to encourage at least a pedestrian safe haven in the center turn lane where there have been several pedestrian accidents. But that's this systemic problem. The guys at the highway department are really, really good at building rural highways. The problem is they build them in the cities. And they don't mix well, they don't fit well. And so one question is, why is Broadway, why is Cantrell Road, why is Baseline Road, why are they still in the state highway system? Those are urban arterials that need to be redesigned for an urban arterial purpose and not a highway purpose. And so, those are the kind of questions that we need to be asking from a systemic standpoint.
Yep, real quickly, Bud.
If you want to know about these concepts, check out the website I gave you, the liveactive.org, live-active.org. As I've got traffic calming images on there and some diagrams. We've got information on reducing crossing conflicts, which is what I think what Julie was talking about. And so all those concepts are out there. But the most important thing is just take a drive down Rodney Parham on either side of 430 and just think about what it would be like with a solid median and how much quicker the traffic would flow. It would flow maybe slower but quicker because you wouldn't be stopping. The conflicts we induce when everybody wants a driveway, just think about the Kroger store at Rodney Parham and Breckenridge. And if you haven't been over there, just go over and just watch traffic. People are pulling in and out of McDonald's, in and out of the Kroger, in and out of the gas station. In California, we didn't have a break in access for the first quarter mile off of an interstate.